Okay, here is the start of report video 2. Now let's see what was going on here. We got as far as deciding what our research question was. We also decided what our hypothesis was going to say, what our guess was going to say was going to happen as we did our activity. So now let's be a bit more specific. Let's go into this and see what actually happens. As I put here, it's decision time. And as I've also pointed out, we can see that we have this blue question mark here for help. Right? So if we need help, go there. If you still need help, come and see me. Right, now this is the way it looks in your report, or the sample report we've given you. Right? And it says we should be able to identify the independent, or one we are going to change, variable, the dependent variable, or the one we're going to measure, and things that we are going to control by keeping the same, not changing. Now the whole purpose of that is, if we only change one thing and something happens, then we know with high likelihood that that thing we changed caused the plant growth to be different. So it allows us to make better and more reliable conclusions. So this is what you've got to keep thinking about as you go through and do this. If you change too many things, then we don't know anymore which one actually caused the change we're looking at. So our data is going to tell us something, hopefully, and it is due to a change that we have chosen to cause. Alright, so we're looking at a cause and effect sort of thing in a way too. So I'm going to change this so it's one at a time. Right, I'll put this in as what do we change. Now I said to you I was going to test the amount of salty water on plant growth, or specifically on mung bean growth. So, that was from my hypothesis. So I can say that I said that I was testing salt water, so that my independent variable is the volume. Notice I've gone away from that word amount. If we're talking about liquids, then we talk about volumes as being how much liquid we're using. If we're talking about solids, we'll be talking about the mass. Alright, so I've added 2 sentences here. And you could start the sentence off exactly as it starts off in your sample report. And you could say that your independent variable is whatever you've decided. And then notice my second sentence here is about telling the person what I'm going to do. So I'm planning on using 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 teaspoons of salty water on my growing plants and see what effect it has. So I'm even saying what I'm going to do. I'm giving some details, and that's really, really good, and that's what I should be doing. Alright, so as it says here, it's time for you to change what I have written so it matches yours. Now I know that no one is doing the amount of the volume of salty water, so I don't expect to see mine copied. But you think about what you are going to change and how you are going to change it. So tell me that. Use the same sort of thing I've done. Go. Alright, the next thing you'll need to tell me is what you plan on measuring. Right, in my hypothesis I said I was going to measure plant height. So that must be my dependent variable. Now notice I've said to the person who is reading this that it's also going to be measured in cms. I could have chosen mm's or millimetres if I wanted to, but I've chosen cms. And I've said how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to use a piece of string and a ruler in combination. Now the piece of string is easy because it will measure things that aren't perfectly straight. So if we've got little wobbles in them and little bends in them and things like that, then I can use my piece of string, put my fingers on the two ends of how long something is, and then transfer that to a ruler, and when I straighten the piece of string out against the ruler, I can see the actual distance or height. So you need to tell me again, see how I've added two sentences. First sentence is about what my dependent variable is, and the second thing tells about how I'm going to measure it. I've also told the person with the units I'm going to measure it to. Very handy to know. Alright, time for you to change yours. Do it. Remember, yours should match what you are doing. Right, now this one is harder because we have to think about how we are going to not change something. So we're going to keep them exactly the same. As I said in the heading, no change here. So they're not going to change at all, not once, not a bit. Now here are some ones I would give you a opportunity, or I think give us the best opportunity to do these properly. So I've said the first one I'm not going to change is the container. Now the container can affect, in our case, as I've said here, the amount of light, heat or water my plant's getting, and that could affect its growth. So how I'm going to control it, I'm going to make sure that each one of my containers is exactly the same size and shape. Right? In the red tells us what's actually going on. Right, the second thing, I said I was going to use a teaspoon to measure the amount of salty water I add to my plants. So that becomes something that's different. Now, believe it or not, teaspoons are different. 2 teaspoons, even made by the same company, are different. So if I'm giving a different teaspoon, they would have a different volume or amount of salty water that the plants receive. So it's not going to be consistent. So what I must do is use the same teaspoon. I don't use 2 teaspoons, I don't change them, I use the same one all the way through. Right, another one that could affect it, especially now that our plants are not seeds anymore and they're seedlings, they need light. So I'm suggesting that I put them in the same spot. This means they should all get the same amount of light. I don't want to have some in my bedroom, some in the kitchen, some on the veranda or the patio or balcony or whatever you want to call it. I don't need to have them scattered around the house. I need them all in the same place because they are going to have the same amount of light. Because we know that light affects plant growth. So I've said here I will place them all in the same position on my windowsill. So I've identified a spot where all of them are going to be. So that means they should be getting consistently the same amount of sunlight. Now another one we can do is to talk about the same type of plant. Never ever use a different type of plant. Right? Some plants grow at different speeds. So some plants might be faster growing than others. So I must use mung beans, and I've said I'm only using mung beans in my activity. Now all those 4 things do, or mean, is the fact that I now have controlled other things. So if any change occurs, it's due to what I chose to change. That is my independent variable. And we could actually class that as being a fair test. Right, that's number 2 done with. So we'll have to think about what we need to do for number 3.